Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. It has begun in Imo State, that which most persons, most elites, the rich amongst the Igbos living in Imo in particular, that which they fear the most have started happening, and they're now beginning to beg. But apart from that, even the infrastructure and the public officers are beginning to do that which everyone has expected them to do a long while ago. But before we go into the newspaper to find out what it is that is happening in Imo State right now, like it, subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, tens of policemen have lost their lives in several attacks on police formation across Southeast, as the region has recorded more than 50 attacks on security formations and killings of operatives in the Southeast by suspected members of UGM in recent times. Most of the cities in the region have also become a ghost town as businesses are forced to close early to avoid being caught in the crossfire. Policemen posted to the southeast are seeking redeployment following the spate of bringing down of their security operatives in the region. Tens of policemen have also done that, and meanwhile, as at least 7 policemen are facing an orderly room trial for deserting their duty post in Imo State. There are strong indications that policemen attached to Imo State Police Command are currently seeking to be redeployed out of the state following a series of attacks on security personnel by suspected members of UGM. Oh, this is really serious. Some of the policemen are seeking help from both serving and retired senior police officers, as well as from their political godfathers. Investigations reveals that the officers are seeking to be redeployed to investigating units such as the Special Fraud Unit, that's SFU, Inspector General of Police (IGP) Monitoring Unit, and Special Squad. It was also learned that the affected personnel are currently meeting with their contacts within and outside the state and are willing to pay for their prayers to be granted. While some senior officers believe that the officers should remain in the state to tackle the insecurities, others have already reached out to the police high command in a bid to facilitate that deployment. A senior police officer who did not wish to be named said he turned down several of such appeals, insisting that those seeking redeployment also sought to be transferred from the northeast in a bid to escape from the Boko Haram insurgents in the area. If they all leave, who will stay back to help the command restore peace in the state? He asked. They should remain. After all, they enjoyed it when it was peaceful, he said. It was learned that some of their officers, based on their request on the need to be reunited with members of their families, police desert streets, checkpoints, and disappear. He said from Gaki in Enugu South local government area to camp in Enugu North and heading to the new market through the trade fair complex areas in Tras Ekulu to Nike Lake Hotel in Enugu's East local government area, all within the state capital. There is no security checkpoint on any of the roads. This is unlike in the past when security checkpoints were mounted for stop and search exercises on motorists. The road and streets of Enugu, the capital of Enugu State, are lacking uniformed policemen and the usual security checkpoint. This is not unconnected with a hike in violent attacks on security men and formations in the zone. It was also observed that police personnel no longer move about freely in their uniform. The fear of attack from UGM is the beginning of wisdom now, said a female police officer. Mr. Amochiani, a taxi driver, said the development is a welcome one as he no longer gives out money grudgingly to security men at the checkpoint. But the passenger, Mrs. Amaka, quickly interjected, "What are you calling a good development? Now it may turn to a bad one tomorrow when armed men will probably attack you and your family, and there will be no official security men to call for rescue. The situation is as bad as that. We should discourage attacks on security men and their formation. Also, security men should stop killing our youth," she also said. The same scenario was observed in Aba, the commercial hub of Abia State, as most checkpoints have been abandoned with no personnel to man them. A resident who does not want to be named said, "I can confirm to you that there are no checkpoints in Aba again. The policemen have all deserted over the fear of possible killings by UGM. Policemen no longer patrol again." Our respondent observed that most policemen now go to work wearing mufti. They only dress in their official uniform when they get to their offices. It was also noted that policemen now use unbranded vehicles to affect and arrest and carry out other operations in the state. The military checkpoints are also deserted, especially in the evening. The attack on security formation have made policemen withdraw their services from streets, which have given room to increase in crime-related activities. Residents of Aba who described the rapid increase in the number of youths currently getting involved in court-related activities. Findings show that some popular areas are now controlled by cultists who reign supreme with little or no confrontation from security operatives. Agbo Hill is controlled by a group called Supreme Vikings, Overrail by Aro Baga, Osisioma by Aye, India Goro by Aro Baga, while others are controlled by different types. A police sergeant who first expressed fear talking to our respondent said security operatives are no longer safe in the state. Why are they killing and attacking us? We do this job with fear. We don't know if we will return home alive after leaving the house in the morning. Most of the policemen killed have young children. Who would take care of them? He queried. Personally, I don't have the connection, else I would have moved my family out of here. I have to move my family out of Aba for fear of possible attacks, he added. Abia State Police Public Relations Officer SP Geoffrey Obonna said he won't disclose effort and modalities put in place to ensure the safety of the officers and police formations in the state. But there have been self-imposed curfew in Imo. Residents of Imo State have gone into self-imposed curfew following this part of attacks on government institutions in the state. No fewer than 10 police stations have been attacked in the state, including headquarters. Well, transporters flying over now leave the town before dark, making some travelers remain stranded and scramble to gain a seat in the few ones that dare to take the risks in the evening. Last Monday, 3 persons were killed in front of the government house, including a first-year undergraduate of Imo State University, identified as Divan Nwaneri, and a pig farmer who was shot while carrying some pigs inside his bus. A day before, a robbery incident along Oji Road leading to Okigwe left 2 persons dead, while a 7th commissioner was shot. This came 24 hours after private residence of Governor Hope Uzodinma was attacked and 3 security agents killed. The situation was made worse by the fact that there was no single law enforcement officer along the street. Many residents who spoke to our respondents said they cannot afford to be caught up in any shooting spree as no part of the state is safe anymore. Mr. Leonard Akindunwa, a motor parts seller, said he now closes his shop at 5:30 p.m. in order to get his Nazi home on or before 6 p.m. He said even if the government did not order any curfew, any sensible person should know that these are not the best of times. So you need to devise any means to protect yourself. One of these means is to avoid staying out late. I close my shop as early as 5:30, get home by 6 p.m. or thereabout. This is bad. You have all heard what they have said. Cross section of all the states in South is what's a take, as even the residents are beginning to fear the fact that now that the security chiefs, the security personnel are no more on the street, the hoodlums, the real hoodlums have taken charge of the street, and there's palpable fear. Let's meet in our conversation.